back. I'm talking about football.
I tripped the security.
Oh, so it is football. So it is. Okay, I thought we were... Okay, it's soccer. I thought it was like... Okay, you're listening to the football thing. Not chess. I was like, what? Now they have like... I was kind of confused. I was like, now they're making like chess teams? That was kind of like crazy. No, Norway is kind of great. You know, like what we did at summer camp with our kids. Basically, you know, like, oh, I don't know the game. Mbappe is not from Norway, okay? I don't know the big cool guys that plays for Norway. But they have this thing. When they go with the big, like, although there actually is a chess Olympic. There probably is. It's just, like, I never really heard of it. Mbappe is from France. Okay, yeah, so Mbappe, not Mbappe. Just, like, maybe we can find it. Norway... tambour, c'est quoi tambour? C'est quoi tambour en anglais? Tambour, drums. Yeah, this shit. We did that with the kids, dude. Because all the guys like at summer camp, they just like football. They just talk about that. It's also you just like have to talk with them. I learned way too much about soccer. I'm not a soccer guy. I kind of find it boring. It's fun to play. It's like goofy ass thing. Oh, and that's the guy that went to Texas. Oh, and that's the guy that went to Texas and like became a cowboy. There's Alan. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. I keep seeing this guy. I was like, who is this guy? Making vlog?
Unbelievable. 2-1. Win Brazil next.
So that's a Norway guy.
No, I won.
He's a meme from the yeah, I saw the cowboy thing. Like one thing in Texas is already a cowboy. That is him. Where he's awesome. Yeah, I heard like he plays the Xbox and shit. He seems awesome.
Perfect. It's perfect. It's
Yeehaw!
He's a cowboy.
Yeah. There we go. Yeehaw!
Oh, y'all.
Howdy, y'all.
Oh, I need a good hat.
You need a hat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know
I wish I
what
could
just
work in
happens,
a
you've
shop
come to
like
the right
that.
spot here in Dallas. This is Miguel. He's
Hello.
going to be taking care of
Nice
you
to meet
today.
you. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I wish I was living in Texas. Holy shit. Dude, how fun I would have been. Always wearing cowboy boots and like a cowboy hat. Damn, dude. What? Why is it so low? Why is it so low? Give me a second, Nick. You have to see this right now. Oh, it's going to be like right there because it's not right now. I'm curious about this girl. Look, give me a second. It's like, oh my god, I'm curious. It's about... It's curiosity. Don't a man can have a little curiosity? Oh my god, you fucking simp. Follower only chat.
It was because there was a
Like, how is it so low?
and I was scared, and then
How is it so
a lot of y'all were
low?
like trying to give me your address.
How is it so low?
Your house.
It's like even hiding, even this is hiding it. There's basically nothing here. Nature's way sim, just organic cold. What the fuck is that? At least it's not as mingled. You want to get cancer with me? You want to get cancer with me? Real quick, just like build a resistance. I could fit my 2 head in there. I would fit my 2 head in there if you know what I mean. Sorry, that was not funny. That was actually not funny at all. Is that a guy? Flo King's cute. What is this? Who is before England, Norway? What is this? Is that him? That must be him. That's his song? He used his own song that he made? Instrumental made the beat. He's on the black. Yeah, that's so funny. He used his own like song he made like 10 years ago when he was like No, that's awesome. That's actually so awesome. That's so funny. I've looked away sane. Does he make like this moves when you do it? Does he do that? Does he do like wait for it? I skipped. I don't like this. You ruined it. God damn it. I didn't ruin it. Like,
Du gjorde dagen min, og jeg megapris skal kjøpe mobil med abonnement uten bindingstid som jeg skal bruke på dagen og på kveldstid.
he's like such a TikTok girl. He's doing burgers without nothing. Does he sing about making burgers at McDonald's? Like, if I'm okay in the soccer, I'll be working at McDonald's. So they have like volleyball things in Norway? I thought it was only snow, dude. He plays football to promote his music career.
For et såpass svær kar som meg trenger brannmat. Og så stakk jeg til Bahamas på Haritu. Hun stakk ifra til kona så hun ble litt sur. Men jeg koste meg. Det var ikke måte på. Skulle gjerne dratt tilbake dit.
Was I'm going to be the best at soccer just so I can like flex my music skills. My skills at rapping.
La meg ta deg med til et fantastisk nydelig sted. Jeg husker ikke hva det heter, men det er oppå en scene. Du tror ikke det er langt, bare noen kilometer. Forrige gangen jeg var der, så jeg noe rart. Det var så rart at jeg ikke kunne tenke klart, men jeg skal ikke plage deg med mine kjedelige historier. La oss høre på hva Link sier. Gutta kan nok slutte å prate så mye, da blir det ikke noe.
My flow got rude. My flow got rude, dude. My flow got rude. And you have to understand this guy is like a one of Steph Curry. Who is Steph Curry? Who is Steph Curry, dude? Like, you're getting into like a territory I don't know. American footballer? Basketball? He played basketball? What team is he from? 4-time NBA champion? Holy shit, this guy's good. Current team, the Golden State. You're gonna say basketball? What about like... So there's basketball, hockey, soccer, football, American football, and... What's the last sport everyone loves? Like basketball? Baseball? Like, I listen to fucking... You know... Raw deals. I don't know the biggest sport yet. I never like got it, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm bad, dude. I don't know. Now it's going to be, oh, here we go. Now it's just like fucking soccer. It's just that. There's only that now. Canadian politics, no context.
What is the nature of your thoughts, gentlemen, when you say you move your lips in a particular way?
Official language is the document that was referred to.
I'm going to come down on
that's my politics. That's my sport.
Practice on me.
Why is our prime minister doing this shit?
Like a fart in the room.
And I think she may want to withdraw it. The word was F-A-R-T.
Bro, what the fuck?
I would love it.
Omar Khadri, you got more class than the whole cabinet. Thank you.
Everyone's got peer pressure at this age. I mean, there's pressure to smoke, there's pressure to do all sorts of stuff. And,
Yes, we know it.
My prime minister. My prime minister. So what else? What else?
All right, let's do this.
So, let me get you to take your hat off.
Yeah, come on. I've got a big head.
Crossing China one cigarette at a time.
vous offre une garantie à vie sur les réparations auto liées à une réclamation.
Scamming Chinese villagers for free food? Why would you scam these poor Chinese villagers? Just let them be villagers, that's it.
Yeah.
Hello.
He has a pipe, dude. He has a pipe. It's so cool.
做工啊。等什么？等做工啊。做工啊。打工。你马上要上班。
你有1.8米高吗
？1.83米，是的，是的。
在哪里旅游？
在这里旅游。就抽烟。
举6周。能比我高一点。
高一点，对。你多高？
地图走路。
Just talking with people with cigarettes. That's actually like such a good way to get people to like talk to you, dude. I'm actually taking notes. If one day I'm going to go to like a weird ass place and I need to like talk to people, I just get a bunch of cigarettes and give cigarettes to people. I think it's a good thing. Listen. Sorry, sorry. Act life. That's act life. That's how you make friends. You get cigarettes. You get cigarettes, and you're like willing to give the cigarettes. Man, our internet is so beautiful. How long have I been streaming for? 1 hour. I wasn't supposed to stream. Like right now, I'm bored. I wasn't expecting to like hang out. I wasn't expecting to play my games. But I'm done with like Persona 5. I'm actually done with Persona 5. I'm not going to play this more. So what else? What else is there to do? Chinese SpongeBob.
我们就是比较优啦。
溺水了，你们最会溺水。
漂亮，章鱼哥。
你想得美，小鬼。
小松鼠，我承认
I love SpongeBob. I love Chinese SpongeBob.
不过你仍然只是陆地生物，松鼠想做什么都做得到。
I'm so glad to be living in this exact moment right now.
一口吞掉蟹堡巨无霸。
I'm so glad I'm able to experience Chinese SpongeBob in my YouTube algorithm.
大嘴山迪可不是白混的。
Each day the world is getting closer and closer
这只是
together.
小事一件。
Going to a way you'll never expect.
我们家族每个人都
I'm like this penguin right now.
So she, as soon as she can, she escapes with the rock.
Dr. Ainley, is there such thing as insanity among penguins? I try to avoid a definition of insanity or derangement. I don't mean that a penguin
His
might
brain is
believe
just fried, dude.
he or she is
The
letting,
penguin is just going to have fried
Napoleon
brain.
Bonaparte.
Do you have a
Could
documentaries?
they just go
Do we have like a
crazy
cool
because
documentaries
they-
you could watch? Oh, that seems like kind of cool. Punks, Gods, and Mods on Irish TV.
There are various types of gangs
But first,
operating
Had
in
enough of their colony.
where did you send me? Give me a second.
Well, I've never seen a penguin bashing its head against a rock. They do get disoriented. They end up in places they shouldn't be, long
Yeah,
way
that's
from
what you but
the
first
ocean.
this. That's me on my stream.
These
That's me in my
penguins
stream.
are all heading to the open water to the right. But one of them caught our
That's
eye,
me.
the one in the center. He
That's
would neither
literally
go
me.
towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading
I want to
straight
give up
towards
this.
the
I want
mountains,
to give up this
some
penguin on my
70
stream
kilometers
all,
away.
all the time. I want to be reminded.
Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
Why? What about you stop asking questions and let the penguin do what the frick he wants?
major cities. They are punks, mods, rockers.
He cannot do that. That's not into his instinct. The penguin cannot go into the mountains because it will kill it. Let the penguin do what he wants, dude. That's real freedom. The penguin like has solved the mystery of like existence. He like got conscious and was like, oh fuck this.
Ted's greasers.
That is kind of sad and depressing. Now, if I say it that way. The penguin was like just having fun. He was just like being a bit deranged, you know. Like let the man be. Maybe like he knew something the others didn't. Wait, you sent me something. What the fuck did you send me, dude? What the fuck is that? On my personal Spotify, my personal thing too?
And I'm a shopkeeper in London.
Have you got any ant powder?
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Have you got any ant powder?
Ant powder? No, ant powder's cruel. It makes the ant stomachs explode. It's much better to use something like this, white vinegar. And you can just put a few drops of white vinegar wherever the ants come and it stops them without harming them. Or talcum powder, or even black pepper powder. But you can use white vinegar in bowls in places to stop even mice, rats and squirrels and foxes without harming them.
Sorry, I'm listening and it's interesting, but have you pissed yourself?
Sorry?
Have you pissed yourself?
No, of course I haven't pissed myself. Why would I have pissed myself?
Sorry, I see a wet patch on your crutch and wondered if you'd pissed yourself.
No, there's no wet patch. That's just where I was drinking water.
I know you've pissed yourself. No need to be embarrassed. It happens to us all.
No, of course. Hello, my name's Dee. And I'm a shopkeeper in London.
Have you got any...
He's a shopkeeper D. Shopkeeper D, and now it's just the old lady content that I cannot watch. See, we're both want to check out. That's awesome, dude. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. I wish I was that. I don't have the commentaries, dude. Do you have actually a thing to watch? I only have like slop content here. I like slop here. Slop in movies for some reason. They know I'm bored. They know I'm looking for something to entertain myself. They know it, dude.
And how we can overcome what's probably the biggest problem in people's meditation. You know, how to overcome, transcend this mind, which is always thinking. And sometimes people keep telling me, oh, I can't meditate. I'm always thinking about something.
Psychiatrist interviews serious patient number 18, evaluation for diagnostic. Catatonic Schizophrenic.
How are you feeling? Well. How long have you been here?
3 months, May 17th.
Ooh, you want to watch this? Let's watch that. You want to watch this? We can watch this. I'm down. You can see I'm not... I don't know like what much I can add. Like there's like so much element. You need to think when you think about schizophrenic. I don't know what catatonic mean. I don't remember. It's just like with schizophrenia, you can have like the distortion of the mind. You know what I'm saying? Have their little like reality being like all weird. They can have this thing about like when they talk, it's like salad because like it makes no sense with the words. There's also like physical like symptoms. I've been watching a lecture about schizophrenia. Why? Is it like the teacher Sapolsky, whatever, the guy from Harvard? Why have you been watching this, dude? Go to school instead.
That's difficult to answer.
Could you give me some idea?
Yeah, I actually watched a bit the thing he started with, because this guy, the thing with Sapolsky is that I've watched some of his stuff. It feels he's more into like genes and stuff like that. He's like more of a, he has that approach with the mind that's like seems a bit more biologistic in nature. I don't know, it's interesting. No, it is, it's fine. It's interesting.
Offhand, I can't.
Whose idea was it that you come here?
A psychiatrist.
Yeah, he definitely approaches it more biologically. Yeah, I think he has like a thing with religions. He's like, oh, religious thought is only like a genes. Not only, but like there's like the genes, I don't remember what it's called, that causes like religiosity in like people.
Ended up with your being here in the hospital.
Well, it makes sense. I think like biology is like easier to like put in practice right now. The thing with like biology is that it's just like easier to like pinpoint with like medicine. while like when you try to like approach like pathologies or most of the things through like other lens, let's say only the mind or only like societal forces, it's a bit like it gets complicated. Well, I don't know, religion is inevitable, I believe. Like anything, it's a bit both. The idea is it's just like you have like the logic, it ends up like the affective connection or some shit could be like influenced by like some genes that like impact some hormones in your brain. That gives you like more affective thing, and like probably there's a thing about like some part of your brain probably that like gets activated with your ego or some shit.
The psychiatrist decided that this was the situation for me.
Did he tell you why?
So let's see what's the difference between catatonic and like just regular. I'm kind of curious about that. Neuropsychiatric syndrome causing extreme motor and behavioral disturbance, ranging from rigid stupor to severe agitation. Okay, you see, like when it's catatonic, there's also like physical like symptoms. Yeah, you're going to have like some fun stuff mentally, but like at the end of the day, there's also like physical. I see you're more prone to believe one thing or the other. Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean like because like if you're going to like pull it's a deterministic way of seeing things, just like have fun, dude. Just have fun. Like okay, technically speaking, but like when I watch like a sunset, I'm not going to like but technically it's not a sunset. Technically, it's a bunch of like water particles H2O with like a bunch of light reflecting upon the particle, and the smell of thing comes from the aromas of like molecule. Like no, stop, just have fun. Okay, anyways, that's like another thing. It's not. Again, it's not because you're influenced by something that you're deterministic by it. And you have to like understand that it's not because you're determined by one thing that everything in your life is determined in you. There's going to be factors upon like what's going to determine you. And sometimes in life you have a power over like what determines you. You can change what you eat, and that what you eat is going to impact your deterministic approach to life too. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to eat a bunch of hormones, it's going to like impact you. Everything has a consequences. Even yourself has a power over like the consequences that it's going to have consequences over you. Anyways, well, you said it's off genes, after whether someone is religious or not, and I agree with you. Everything is kind of both, okay? Everything is like a reflection of both. And at the end of the day, I think it's having a dichotomy between what's only gene and what's is environment is like no point, because it's a continuum. Your biology is the environment as much as your data center is like an extension of your biology, or upon the environment is an extension of your social context. Everything is like connected. It's like, of course there's going to be part of the world that's going to be a bit more, you know, anyways.
No, the psychiatrist did not.
Has anybody told you why?
I'm mad. I've been reading too much Foucault the past few days, okay? Now Foucault got in my head like a way to see like pathologies and the way we build like scientific like perception and like structures around like concepts, and now I can't social objects I've became something else. I see them differently. They're more holistic. That's the thing. I think maybe it's not the right approach, but it's way more holistic. And of course, like into like a holistic approach, like in a system, there's going to be actors are going to be prone to like react more. But at the end of the day, you can never like. That's the thing with reality. You could never pinpoint an actor and be precise with how it's defined. There's always going to be something about this shape that's not going to reflect really the way it arranged into space and its time and its position and all this blah 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 philosophies. And like how your brain's going to interpret that object, that concept, and how you're going to be used of it, and how it's going to be influenced by morality and all this stuff and all this perception, how you see the world, what is truth in your relationship to beliefs. Never ends. Anyways, I feel like this. No, I'm kidding. I'm not feeling as this guy.
Have you any idea why?
Yes.
And what is that?
I am not completely like other people.
And again, I think with schizophrenia too, there's like, even when you go to like the mental space thing, there's a lot of symptoms. Like, it's not everyone that's going to have hallucination. It's not everyone that's going to have delusion. There's also like a bunch of things with like schizoaffective. That's like you get like weird attachments to people, I suppose.
What do you mean by that?
People dislike me because I am not completely like them.
And in what way?
When was that made? 8 years ago, but when was that filmed? Is that like 60s? We don't know. We actually don't know when was that made. $61 years later, that was, okay, 50, that's 60 years ago. That was in the 70s. That's 60, sorry. This guy could have been listening to the Beatles, you know?
I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do. And this influences my thinking and consequently my actions.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Play the piano for people.
That's nice.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
Why does he speak eloquently? Because he's not into like a crisis right now. He's not into like big emotions. He's probably at a time too that he has like time to reflect upon his own like psyche, because like when that happens, you kind of have his disorganization is not like as bad as it could be. It's always like severity, you know what I'm saying? He's probably on meds. I don't know if in the 60s if they had meds, but you know. Like, look at his eye. This guy has been having like a tough time. Look at that. Poor guy.
I sit differently when I play the piano, and when I'm away from the piano I occasionally look differently from other people, and this has caused dislike from people.
They dislike you because you sit differently at the piano?
Yes.
What way do you sit at the piano that people would dislike you?
The thing with like I don't know like precisely like how is, again, like with any pathologies, whether it's like probably ADHD, TSA, you know, I don't know in English if TSA makes sense, but like, or probably schizophrenia, is that they have like a lot of type of profile. It's not everyone is going to have the same schizophrenia, right? There's going to be like ways. There's going to be people that are going to be way more into like probably the delusion way of like your profile, while other people are probably more into like physical symptoms. Like maybe this guy like has a bit less like delusion, but maybe he has hallucinations, and maybe he's like he feel rigid, and maybe he has like more of a sort of like rigidity to him. And again, like he seems calm. Like in a day, you go like up and down, and the same thing with pathology. Sometimes the pathology is going to be way more way more loud in your life, when sometimes it's going to be a bit more quieter. You know, there's up and downs.
I cannot describe an illustration of how I sit.
And I can't imagine it, that it would make people angry at you, or at least dislike you. How do you know they dislike you?
And I think there's also like a meaning thing. Maybe with like schizophrenia and just in general, it's like the way you're going to like build a narrative around you and about yourself, and about that narrative, how it integrates with like other people. That's like kind of weird. You're going to put like weird emphasis upon like some stuff that makes no sense. Like maybe in his head, there's actually too much weight into like playing the piano for some reason in his head, and that's why he's like centered around like this thinking. for him, it makes sense. The piano is the thing that makes people around him leave, because in his head, it's a truth. It becomes like a truth. It became like too heavy as a belief that like it kind of creates its own like a little structure, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is like that. It's just like, I've recently heard a notion that religion system have been structured by people who struggle with OCD, and they make it such a patriarchal way that you're able to collectively satisfy your OCD anxiety. Have you heard about it? No, I heard about more of a like schizophrenic having religion like thinking, or autistic people. You know what I'm saying? Like people like shamans or stuff like that. They probably there's you know. The thing with modernity is that as a society, we categorize and put into like a little box what's weird and what's not, you know? But like, what's weird today wasn't seen the same way before. Like, in other times, like, I mean, that's pretty much what like Foucault like is reading in his book, you know what I'm saying? Kinda. Not personally that, but like, it just shows like how sensibilities evolves. Today, OCD has become like a pathology. It's a sickness. By the time, if you don't think like that way of being is a pathology, it's just like your personality. You're a bit like that, and that's the end of it. You know, you need to deal with your shit. You know, and somehow you find yourself to be dealing with it. And I like this idea. But I also like the idea of like just like, you know, bunch of scientists being autistic and being like way too much into like books and nerds, categorizing everything. Like there's, you know, pathologies always add like a place, you know? It's just like today we have words for it. We like categorize them into like a certain way that we see and perceive these things as how it is. Today we're going to like call these people OCD, but at the time you could have like a good priest that was praying all day because like he was able to like sustain praying all day because like he was like obsessed with numbers or shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But today we have like another like way of dealing with this sort of thing. But I could see like a thing with like OCD and like repetition, like being a well thing to make rituals about. You know, religion, that's the thing with religion. It's a lot of things at the same time. Religion, like, I'm big into spirituality, but I'm not big too much into the rituals. I'm not a big ritual guy. I like when it's chaotic, you know? But at the same time, being chaotic makes me, like, kind of make connection about everything that makes no sense. And there's an aspect of, like, spirituality that's, like, kind of that way, too. And you could say, like, people that were closer to, like, schizophrenia, like, at the time, could have, like, delusion. Oh, God is talking to me. What the fuck you mean God is talking to you? No, I believe they struggle the same way as we do, but they just couldn't name it for current. But also they have like structure to get around. Today, if you had these things, they're going to put you into like a certain like, oh, just take these meds, go see a psychiatrist. By the time that's the thing, you know, you weren't medicine wasn't the same way it is today. And you know, the way we were dealing with like pathologies and like stuff like that. It was really like morally coded. So if you were a like big OCD guy, someone at the time in the medieval time could not just be like, oh, just go do a pilgrimage. You know? No. Your pathology is the consequences of your sins. Think about that. That's how they were dealing with like sickness. That's how they were dealing with sickness. And so you go, some guys do OCD, go into your pilgrimage, find a way to like express its OCD through like ritualistic way religion do, you know, the prayer, you go to the temple each day. There's like a ritual thing. That's ridiculous? What do you mean that's ridiculous? That makes a lot of sense. Social structures weren't the same. The perception we have are like really stuck into our times. People didn't see the same way that we do today. The way you tackle someone, the way you're going to categorize someone is a product of like our society. Like at the time, you weren't seeing people the same way. In the same way you see sickness a certain way today, during medieval time, you weren't seeing the same way. Just think about like, oh, exorcism and like the Witch of Salem. Just like, that's a big like stretch of like just how we see pathologies. But like, it moves. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but just rationally, it doesn't, because it doesn't cure whatsoever. No, they weren't cured. They weren't cured, but they weren't seeing that as a problem either. They weren't seeing that a problem. Or like the way they were trying, that's the thing about modernity. Today, we're trying to solve things. In medieval times, they were scared of solving things. They were scared of knowledge. The only thing they had is the Bible, and the elite was trying to keep the thing around that. There was like a fear of solving things. You know, that rationality of like solving a cure and trying to solve these things is like really modern. That we try to solve everything. At the time, I'm pretty sure they were way more like, you know, way more soft. They were punishing only the things that were really costly for the community, and that's where they were torturing people. Yes, that should we praise them for ignorance? No, we should watch them for how they were believing the world. We should just watch and document these people as they were evolving through their own society. You know, when you look at history, you really need to think these people as a different country. You know, as a different... They're so far from us. Here we need to be... I'm not saying it's good or bad. Of course, like, our modern sensibilities are going to bad, and we're going to, like, see them into a certain way. But I think if we really want to, like, make a historical picture of, like, how sensibilities were in the medieval times towards, let's say, pathologies, we need to be really careful to not, like, put our morality into it. Because that's how we get, like, a lot of, like, this weird science of thing into that. Like, we need to be careful to not put our morality over, like, how sensibilities were actually living themselves into that specific time and place. And so, when we go back to people with OCD, today we have, like, sensibilities that are going to put these people into, like, pathology. It's something we can cure. It's something that's, like, really not good when you try to work. But you go, like, in medieval times when the elite were, like, the clergy, someone with OCD is, like, someone is going to be really good at, like, being able to follow a ritual. And there's probably a thing, I don't know how, like, medieval, you know, church were working, but there's the thing about that. You go even back further, you think about shamans and their rich stories. That's, like, so schizophrenic. It's like, what do you mean we are in the turtle? Where did you think the turtle come from? What do you mean God is talking to you, dude? But at the time, if you were in the right position, your God is talking to you could have become, like, kind of okay. Oh, okay. So that's how you need to tackle history and its sensibilities. But there's a word, you know, there's a word. There's, like, it's the methodology. There's a methodology into, like, how you're going to interpret history. There's, like, still cultures like that. Yeah, there is. There probably is. I mean, I can, like, really point it out, but depending on, like, where your context is, having OCD could be, like, a great skill to have if you're, like, a religious good dude. The same way, like, today, you could say, like, having, like, a bit of autism could help you, like, just get through school. Or, like, be, like, a good scientist. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about these people. Nowadays, you could say, like, oh, people that are, like, a bit autistic, they're able to, like, learn everything. They're, like, really deep into, like, one thing. They get hyper-focused. Is actually a good skill in our society. The same way, having OCD, they weren't calling that. They weren't seeing it that way. Could have been, like, a thing if you were into, like, religious circles. Well, okay, we get acknowledge your sensibilities, but what do we do? What do we take from it? We take that sensibilities are something that really specific to a context, and that sometimes having distance with our own sensibilities into the modern era is a good thing to distance them itself with it. Think about someone in the 60s. Being able to see the sensibilities of the time could be a great way to be able to distance yourself to some sensibilities you don't want, like racism or being homophobic. You know, nowadays we don't have these things, but being able to understand where your own sensibilities come from is in part a word that you need to understand where the culture itself is. And also, like, and there's also, like, more about, like, methodology. Like, sometimes when you try to analyze something and try to really get the understanding of something outside of yourself and want to detach yourself, just like as a methodology, like the scientific methodology, there's also, like, a good thing about, like, being able to understand your own sensibilities and what sensibilities and what morality you're putting into something. Like, I agree. When we think about the Nazis, it's okay to have some morality baked into that. You know, I think it's in our modern day and age, it's fine. So yeah, it's like so many like great people of our history. They're all sexist and racist because they were all men of their time. I'm not like saying it's good. I think we need to acknowledge those sensibilities and how fucked up they are and how much we did have a progress over these, and I think it's fine that we did have evolved into this. It's fine, you know. Sometimes we can have morality, you know. Some things can be like, okay, that's good. Anyways.
My father does, and doctors do, because of the way I appear.
You see, that was kind of disorganized.
In relationship to the way I sit at the piano and occasionally stand when I'm away from the piano because of the way I sit at the piano.
How do you stand when you're away from the piano that they dislike you?
You see, there's like a certain way how he described the story about himself. That's like kind of weird. That's like kind of disorganized a bit. Like, it doesn't seem to be like talking about himself like as a character or like how the story evolves. It's like kind of weird. It seems like there's something off. There's like elements of like the story that's like have too much weight. Its own self is like a bit like weird. You know, if you look at it like just literally, it's like if he talks about himself, he's going to put himself as a character into his story, right? But like the way he talks about his own character is kind of weird. And like how like the story itself evolves.
I can't describe an illustration.
Does it feel to you any different from the way?
And I wonder also, like, I'm talking outside of myself, and I want to be like really careful with that because I don't want to say a bunch of shit, but I do want to experiment with myself right now and the way I tackle these things. But there's also like a thing about like you're not being. There's like these feelings you cannot like describe because it's so disorganized in your head, right? That you have like no words to actually tackle it. Like language itself is not able to tackle the way it's disorganized into your psyche. You know what I'm saying? Words itself are not able to like just assess the situation. You know how much like humans use language to describe a problem? Most of the time, you know, there's problem you don't use language. But most of the time when you try to describe something to someone, you're going to use language to describe it. But if you're stuck into a position where you cannot even like describe your problem, I think that's in part why you have like this disorganized thing. You're trying to get something out, but it looks like it makes no sense. It doesn't like apply that well to like the situation you're living.
People stand.
I think. What do you say? He's thinking. He's thinking.
Does it feel to you any different from the way other people stand?
Oh, does it feel different? Let's see the feelings. What does he say about his own feelings?
Yes, it feels different.
In what way?
You don't even have. I think it's hard to like get into like the head of these people, but I think it's like you have the feeling, you know something is off. You're trying to describe it. The only thing you're able to make meaning is this weird thing, but it makes sense to you. Like no, it makes sense for me that the piano is the thing that makes me get away from other people. No, it's by sitting on the piano that's like has too much meaning in your head. You're trying to convey that you understand makes those. You know, it's like the story you have for yourself like kind of breaks down. I feel. You know, I think there's also like a thing about the sense of self. That's why the story is a bit like weird about how he tackles himself into the story like he's trying to convey. I think like when you have like a good sense of identity, you're really able to know what's you and what's not. But when you have like these things, it becomes like really weird. You're not sure when you end. And that is really trippy, right? Like I feel like people that did drug maybe like have a better like understanding of that. But like feeling like the world around you is an extension of you, is not supposed to be healthy. Only toddlers, like babies, have that. When you're someone, you're supposed to know when your self ends. But sometimes it's going to be weird because like you're going to have a feeling, but that feeling is not going to come with you. It's going to be like something that makes no sense. That's like greater than you. But how do you even get such a disease? Really genetic, meaning pure bad luck? Yeah, I guess there's that. I like the idea of drugs. You know what I'm saying? You get too much drugs, you gotta fuck with your chemicals in your head, disorganized, too much stress. There's probably a thing like that. Hormones. I mean, it must be physical. It must be the genes too. I don't remember, but I think like if your family has it, you have some more chance. It's a bunch of things. You know, of course, like a good environment helps. But like if your chemicals get fucked in some way, it stays there. There's also like the developmental aspect to it. Is that if as a baby, for some reason you had difficulties like developing a sense of self that was like fully you were able to like differentiate what's you and what's not. It becomes like easier to categorize the world into like a healthy way. And so I think there's also that element. But yeah, like anything, it's I did everything at the same time.
Du parc au sommet, ne partez pas sans
Hey, he's thinking. He's thinking. I don't even remember what was the
Choisissez votre aventure.
Meaning pure bad luck?
Couleur.
I mean, like, his life, like, you know, there's like 10 million like reason you could like go into that, you know?
In what way?
I feel like in some sense, I'm having like an approach of like, oh, it's not, I because you don't want to take away, I don't know. I'm lacking words.
This is becoming too involved to describe.
Too much stuff. Too much stuff going on. There's no words. There's too much stuff happening.
Would I be right in assuming then that you don't feel that you belong in the hospital, but that other people did feel that?
As soon as I express the belief that I do not belong in this hospital, which is a mental hospital, then those who dislike me want to find a worse place for me.
And you see? And I feel like you need to like find a way to destroy a feeling. Everything is falling apart. Your whole head is kind of going crazy, but like your inner psyche is like, it's not gaslighting you. I don't like the word gaslighting you, but you actually believe that you're fine. It's like a kid believing in Santa Claus. It's like if he believes it, you gotta like stop it. So it's like, oh, this guy is stuck in the hospital. He doesn't even like think he's wrong. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even have the words to describe the whole situation because it's so like overwhelming, dude. Imagine your life is falling apart. Your whole head is falling apart. You don't even have the words for it. It's crazy how your mind fucks with us. Yeah, but it's also kind of cool sometimes. Have you seen the reaction you have when you see like a pretty woman? Like, oh, dude, ahuga, dude.
I'm not sure I understand. Could you make that clearer for me?
And these poor souls, dude, they're stuck into the system, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but like, the whole like trajectory is harsh, dude. Their whole trajectory must be harsh too, and you have to describe that too. You don't even know where to start. You don't even have the words, and the fucking doctor that's in front of you is the only guy that's going to be able to have the truth for you. You have no say, really. Like, even this guy is like kind of powerless. Like, he's stuck there. No one is going to believe him anyway. So it's like he's stuck there. Even if he's right, he's stuck in a place where all the doctors are going to tell him he's crazy. He's like, he's not going away, even if he's right. Which is kind of harsh, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit makes you like even crazier. You already have the difficulties relying on your own beliefs, that even in you get into this place, and now even the doctor is going to tell you, you know, oh no, you're crazy, dude. You don't get it. You are crazy. So it's like you have to have faith. Like, oh no, it's.
Is this a way of?
But yes, I can.
Like, you don't even know what to say then. It's like, how are you going to, like, explain to these guys that you're fine? You're not a doctor. How are you going to do that? You're stuck in the hospital. Your whole family don't understand mental health. You're stuck there. You've been, like, trying your best or some shit. Now you have, like, a bunch of psychiatrists and, like, doctors around you that have like, doctorate. They're, like, imposing themselves and their reality and their frame on you. You have no escape. You just have your faith. Accept you're crazy. Take the pill.
Believe that I do not belong in this mental hospital.
Even if you say that, there's no one that's going to believe him. He's stuck in there. He's stuck in. Even if there's a part of truth in that, that's like, oh no, he's like he's still kind of there. I don't know. I don't say it.
Dislike me, want to find.
But he does have like who dislikes me. He keeps talking about these guys. These like he does have like paranoia, like these like delusion about like, oh, there's someone that's dared to kill me. But like you see like how much like these poor these souls have like such like hard feelings over themselves that they need like a story like that to like make sense of how they feel. Like your whole life is going to shit. You don't know why. You need like a story that makes sense. Oh, it must be bad guys. The bad guys are the one that creates all this shit to me. If these bad guys weren't there, I will be fine. So I'm not crazy. It's the bad guys the problem. It's the government that's like following me or some shit. It's God that's watching me in my head and talking to me. And you had like hallucination. The voices must be horrifying. I feel it depends like it depends. It depends upon like how you live with them. I mean, if you don't get it at first, yeah. But if you live with them, I feel like you get the hang of it. The same way you get the hang of it. I feel it's more scary when, again, it's like it's hard to say. I never like worked with this clientele, even if I kind of like these like type of pathologies. But I feel like something like with a delusion like that, it's way more scarier. Imagine if like you believe that there's someone that's like trying to kill you. That's fucking scary, dude. That's terrifying. Imagine like you try to get out of your house and you just like you're stuck in your delusion that's like someone is there to kill you. And the only way you have is like go alone because like no one's going to believe you. Everyone's going to say you're crazy to like believe that. So that's horrifying. I feel like more than the voices. I mean, maybe you could, yeah, but that's probably what the voices are telling you. But it's not everyone that has voices. It's like it depends on the profile. It's not everyone that's going to have hallucinations. And I feel there's like there's like multiple types of hallucination. You can have visual ones, but you can have voices. And again, the voices always depend. Sometimes the voices are going to be mean and they're going to kind of say what you don't want to hear. They're going to be annoying. But sometimes they're just like murmuring. You just think someone's like whispering behind you and you cannot get them. You know, I don't have that, but like that's what like I heard people say. Hallucination is more about like you're going to like see faces just appear out of nowhere a bit, like into the walls. You know how what's the name of the thing? You know when you see faces and things there shouldn't be? In my head, when I think about this sort of hallucination, I kind of imagine it's that way, but like with a bit nothingness. You just like have things. And I that's the thing. You see faces when there shouldn't be, but I don't know if there's like other hallucination. Maybe distortion. They probably could see distortion. But yeah, of course it's scary when you don't know. I don't even want to think about it then. Yeah, you should. I like thinking about that. You know, get. You know, these people are so stuck in their head. Like at least like be able to like grab their hand with them. I'm terrified I'm gonna get it. Yeah, but don't stop. If you believe it, it's going to go stronger, dude. If you believe it's going to get stronger. No, but think about it. Like, if your chemicals are not fucked, if you're not into like a place that's going to be like really bad for you, you know, like a lot of stress, you know, there's a lot of way why you will go crazy. You know, you don't go crazy like that. Stop it, for fuck's sake. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop trying to empathize and trying to be into the same qualitative experience as these people, okay? These people are stuck in their head, okay? I feel there's like a part of me that just want to go grab their hands so they feel a bit better there.
Hospital, where the living conditions
I'm not
are
gonna
not.
agree to watch about schizophrenia. Nothing. What? How is that? Is that really that scary? Did I explain it that well? Did I explain it that well? I'm kind of glad then. That's kind of cool though. That's kind of cool. I'm happy then. I'm happy to see that it's that scary. Like I was able to like share that. now you'll get a bit more empathy for these souls, which is good, dude. It's good. It's good. It's good. Right now, it's not cool. No, it is. You're right now. You're experiencing something that other people are doing, kind of. I mean, in your own sense. Don't be too scary. They don't. You know, most of these people are you know, they're not killers. they're just like kind of lost in themselves. Now, please tell me how to get rid of it. Oh, it's like you just meditate. It's like, oh, do not think about the pizza. You're going to think about the pizza. Now you're going to be like a bit stressed. I'm sorry, Nick. I didn't mean to make you anxious. I didn't mean you to make anxious. I forgot I'm like in my little world here. In my little Halloween world. Oh, no. I'm having too much fun. Sorry, dude. I'm having too much fun. Watch your state. I don't know. Just watch your stress. Don't get too much anxious. Read a bit, you know, breathe a bit. See how it is. It's just a thought. Try to distance yourself from the thought. And that's one of the things that like they give to these people to like help themselves deal with the delusions. Is that, you know, at the end of the day, a thought is a thought. You are not the thought. It's not because the voice in your head says a thing that it's the truth. That takes practice, but meditation helps with it. And being self-aware and all this shit. Do you want to continue watching this? We can skip. It's just a thought. I'm a healthy gentleman. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you gaslight yourself. It's fine. Gaslight. You're healthy. It's not because you have like a bit of thoughts about like, oh, you're fear that like suddenly you're unhealthy. It's normal to have these thoughts, okay? They're normal, but like you just got a glimpse. You just got a glimpse. Take it as wisdom. Dude. Lol. Do you watch horror movies? Dude? I feel like you don't watch a lot of horror movies in your little box. Now I think about it. I don't see you a lot like doing that. Okay, we'll stop. We'll watch something like more fun, like punks, goths, and
Futuristic,
and mods. I don't know what mods is.
Blitz kids, skinheads.
I don't watch a lot of horror.
Rudy skinheads, boot boys, Hells Angels, bikers, and ska boys.
Oh, they're like mods are like Hells Angels. They're like bikers.
Tonight, starting with closest to me, a gentleman called Donica McDonough, who is 20 years of age. He's unemployed. He's been a punk for 6 years. He is from Crumlin, and he is one of 11 children.
Sometimes I think I get too attached to certain ideas. They can't escape my mind. Yeah, well, that's part of like white thoughts. Yeah, I get you. It's normal. Your mind works that way. Your mind's trying to find thoughts that are going to be like meaningful. And if you're going to like, okay, if you want something cool, is like these thoughts, if you're able to look at them quite, you're going to realize they also have like always like a lot of like emotions associated with them. And the thing that's like kind of crazy is that now that you're like, oh, now that you see that thought, you're going to get frustrated about it. And you're adding even more things into it. And now that you're frustrated, you're getting fearful. Boom! You added even more. And then that thought that you didn't want is like way too big. And now it makes it way more heavy in your head. So there's also that thing. Certain ideas are going to get like more emotional. That's why you cannot stop thinking about your crush, dude. That's why you cannot stop thinking about your crush. Because each time we think about our crush, there's way too emotions alongside them. Or the people you hate. That works too. When there's like people you hate, their thoughts is way too heavy, so they stick to your head. In some sense, if you don't want to like think it about more, you need to like find a way to make it lighter. Make the thought lighter. And in my opinion, that's where, you know, meditation can help. Being calm helps. Knowing the thoughts, how it works too. You know what I'm saying? If you know that thought makes you stressful, or makes you like kind of like dream, you know, like a crush, when it makes you like, oh, she's so cute. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see it for what it is and what emotion it brings you, and it helps.
Beside him, we have
that's how I deal
Corrigan,
with
who's
them.
19. She's been a punk for 4 years, and she's a sales assistant. She's from Drimna, the eldest of 4 children. Next, we have John Fiddler, who is 20, and he's a first-year student of fashion and textiles at the National College of Art and Design. He's from Killiney, the eldest of 2 children.
They're too performative. They're too performative. They're too performative. They're way too performative. Oh, we could watch Louis Theroux, actually. We could actually watch Louis Theroux. He's the guy that made... He made the Manosphere thing. You know what I'm saying? He made the Manosphere. And so... Oh my god, I want to watch it. ADHD child. All the kids at the summer camps are ADHD. Let's see. Let's see. They seem to be the same age. I work with 8-year-olds. How old are they? Oh, they're 6. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Only one of them. Can you guess which one? Okay, that's going to be easy.
How old are you?
6.5. 6.
And what grade are you in?
First grade. First grade?
I think I like ADHD lost its meaning. Everybody claims to have ADHD now. Yeah, and I mean, like, that's the thing. Think about our sensibilities. Now everyone has technologies, too. Everyone has a fucking iPad since it's, like, 2, you know? Everything asks you to be more like an ADHD kid. You know, you're more prone to have ADHD because you move less, too. There's a lot of reason, you know, that everybody has ADHD now. And that's how you lost meaning. The same way OCD can evolve. The meaning of OCD evolves.
Do you like school?
Yeah. No.
Why do you like
And there's
school?
a thing about ADHD. You always think it's guys. You know, I feel like there's a thing about ADHD. You don't see it girls. Because, oh, that's a guy thing.
Because I like
guys
to
can
play
move.
with my friends at recess.
Why don't you like school?
Because I have to do a lot of stuff and my little sister's really cute and I want to spend more time with my little sister.
How long does it take you to do your homework? A long time or a short time?
Usually 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know, sort of in the middle.
Do you have a hard time with your homework?
Sometimes.
How do you do on tests?
Everybody claims to have ADHD. Yeah, but like at the same time, it's because like there's a lot of reasons why everybody seems to have ADHD. There's just a rise in the way we like see people. You know, now pathologies, it's just like we see people more with their pathologies. I don't know what to. I don't know what to watch, dude. Secret sin? What was the sin of Jesus? But that's like a good side. True, but I think sometimes it's a good excuse for laziness. Is it good for a laziness? Yeah, sometimes. But that's where you need to know your own child, dude. That's where you need to understand, like, your child is going to have, like, some stuff that's going to, like, tell you, okay, he needs to move a bit more. Okay, he has problems with his intention. And that's where you need to think, not as an adult when you're looking at him. You need to think through the mind of a fucking, like, 8-year-old. So you need to be careful there. And you need to understand, like, if you don't have ADHD, or you don't have, like, the same level of ADHD, it's not going to be the same way. You know what I'm saying? You need to be careful because when you have ADHD, you're not thinking the same way. You're not processing the same way. And so sometimes, because for you, it would have been laziness, it's probably not the same fight for your child, let's say, or like the other guy. It's not the same fight. For them, there's like a bit more friction, let's say. There's more friction to like start a task. There's more friction to stick on the task. There's more friction to like just read because like there's more thoughts going on in your head than yourself. Your attention itself is going to move more. So sometimes, yeah, it's going to be, but like that's where you need to be like a bit more able to understand, like how ADHD actually like evolves to the mind of that person.
En tant que parent, Vous apprécierez une conduite
So
relaxante
laziness, I feel
et
like
silencieuse.
Diane's thinking someone with laziness, like,
La nouvelle Kia Carnival a ce qu'il faut.
you know, you
Kia,
need to be
du
careful.
mouvement vient
You need to be
l'inspiration.
careful before calling lazy. Especially if you're a parent. Like, look at me. I'm watching like anime like this girl. I don't know what that is. But I like it. I like it. These moves. Anime. Am I lazy? Am I lazy? I have one. Oh, I have one like Louis Theroux I wanted to watch. Louis Theroux, the most extreme effects of alcohol. I'm definitely lazy. Really? You think you're lazy? It depends. You seem pretty not lazy at chess, dude. I think you're not lazy. You just don't want. You're just like you don't know how to start and keep to like tasks that are boring. Is that laziness? If like you're just like bored, I feel maybe it's boredom then. Am I lazy because I get bored easily? I don't think so. Am I lazy because I don't like I have difficulties like sticking to a schedule? That's not necessarily laziness. Depends on how you twist it. To be fair.
I'm gonna leave now.
Well, I would wait for the doctor.
No,
What was the title, by the way? The most extreme effect of alcohol addiction with my boy Louis Theroux. I love him.
I'm gonna leave.
I have a professional crush.
I would stay, Joe. I really would.
I just want to go and get a bottle of vodka.
What makes you think you'd like to do that?
I like the sensation as it goes down my throat, and I want to experience that for one last time. That's why I'm leaving.
It's like Ramsey in therapy. You think Ramsey is like fucking like an alcoholic, secretly an alcoholic? I think he don't even drink, dude. I think his father was like an alcoholic, so he got like out of it. He seems drunk still.
I'd been spending time in the world of extreme drinkers. Peter Louis. Getting to know people who consume alcohol, not just to excess, but to the point of total oblivion. My base was King's College Hospital in South London, a haven for patients and families affected by life-threatening alcohol abuse.
Yeah, severity to the max.
That is fire, wasn't it?
I was trying to understand the mindset of people addicted to Britain's favourite drug and the difficult choices faced by those close to them.
You, just you, building your app.
Ads!
On base 44.
Ads! Oh, this one's going to be a good one. I just know it. I watch a bunch of these documentaries. Sometimes they're kind of just mid. This one I feel is going to be good.
You okay? Are you okay? Yeah. I do. You're not too wobbly? At King's A&E, I was with Peter Swainpole and his girlfriend, Mariana. How are you doing?
To be honest, I'm not doing fine.
You started drinking again?
Yeah.
Doesn't want to live
Is it loud enough?
anymore. That's the new idea.
Is it loud enough?
I didn't want to live anymore. Yeah.
You went to South Africa for your dad's funeral. That's right, isn't it? Your dad passed away from cancer.
Yes.
Just fine, cool.
That must have been very emotional, but you handled it, didn't you? And you came back and you were still sober. So then what happened after you got back?
I don't know how I handled it.
Yeah, these people handle their emotions through alcohol, right?
It's unbelievable. It's okay.
They deal with like the shame with alcohol.
How much have you had to drink, Peter?
Yes, Louis.
And like I think alcohol is like a depressant too, huh?
Half, 1 liter and a half vodka in 24 hours.
1.5 litres of vodka
Half a
in
bottle.
24 hours.
Right? Half a bottle.
Relax your hands.
Absolutely. No, you don't need to apologise to me, Peter. I can see that you've been through a lot, and it must be very difficult. Peter and Mariana had been together 3 years. For most of the relationship, Peter had been in a cycle of extreme drinking and recovery. It was on Tuesday that he relapsed, Tuesday evening, that's right.
Yes, I found him outside, almost crying. I said, I drank. He started freaking out. You know, I need to buy a drink again. I said, well, why do you need to buy a drink? Because if I don't buy a drink, now I'm dying. He finished that bottle, bought
there's
another
relapses. I don't remember what's the name, but I should know that, dude. But like, there's like one thing about addiction is that sometimes when it becomes like too hard, you literally become. Look at his face. He has like a judgmental face. He's like looking upon like the peasants. Louis Theroux for some reason has this look that's like. Nothing against the guy. When I hear talking about it, like you feel there's no judgment, but like his look, it feels like he's looking down upon the peasantry. He's like, I'm the king. What is this peasantry doing? Alcohol?